yeah, just some impressive stuff, and I think we've seen N1 on the Cypher as well. So it's just the like you said, pretty standard compositions coming in from casuals in a lot of cases. They did cover the Astra, and I think they might have played the Astra, but
Right, that was
uh,
an interesting
mhm,
character choice. Haven't seen that
yeah,
one. It's so new, obviously.
exactly, and we'll see if they do decide to go for it again. You can see that actually they have completely locked in already, and they're going for a totally different look because they've got the Killjoy here. They've got N1 on the Raze, like you predicted, and Ryan over on the Phoenix, which we haven't seen at all
Right.
today.
That's very interesting. It's cool to see that they're flexing roles around so quickly, and I hope
Hmm.
that doesn't come back to bite them, playing some uncomfortable positions that they maybe weren't used to playing.
Absolutely. So we look across the teams. We got Nier on the Omen, Drazo on Sova, Phoenix, Delphiki, Raze, Issa, Kaloi on the Cypher. That's going to be the side of Sup Buddy. And over on Casuals, we got Ryan on Phoenix. We got Ra on Omen, Swas on the Sova, N1 on Raze, and B-Boy over on the Killjoy. So yeah, like you said, they're switching it up here, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see it because we weren't quite sure, if casuals were going to come out swinging or if they were going to be maybe a little bit humbled by what happened to them in game one. So that's basically exactly that's kind of the story of what's happening tonight, I would say.
We got the good luck, have fun's coming out. I'm ready. I'm excited.
Hmm. Yep, the team's very sportsmanlike, and we are going to get started. Looks like a C hit coming through off the bat here for casuals.
Yep.
They're gonna
Smoking off the top of long. Always like to see that.
Yeah, good smokes coming in here. Kaloi gets the paranoia, has to back off, and the seaside's going to be given over. This is something we've seen a lot, and something that Racuna mentioned that I really like is that a meta forms over the course of individual leagues. They've got their own meta, as you see trades coming back and through, and that's something that definitely happens in our league as well. C-site very open so far, but Delphiki is going for the trades already. N1's getting a couple, and it's just a 1 versus 2 as
Wow.
N1 finishes it off with the grenade. The paint shells coming through. N1 gets a 3K on the site.
That was an interesting 5v5 retake scenario. You could see they gave up the site when they saw the 5-man rush coming, and they did a really good, effective job of retaking it. It looked dangerous at first with Drazo taking three, but N1
Yes.
just cleaning it up.
Yeah, great work on the Raze. Exactly why you play that character. So much utility. Like, the Raze is just so useful at every single point of a round.
Oh, yeah. She really makes so much space. She can do damage from afar. You love to see it.
Exactly. She's doing great so far. N1 going to push up there, following the bot. Here's Nier with the shorty. Actually getting really close. Nier could be very, very dangerous from this position if they push into garage, but they're being patient so far. Oh, man. You can just see that. And now Nier has to push out. Gets spotted by the arrow. Goes out, and N1 gets that kill. Well done. Good fundamentals there hitting garage. They do get
Very
control.
meticulous.
Really indeed meticulous. And there is Ryan trying to get a little bit further. Ra as well takes out Kalois, and now it's a 3 versus 5 here retake. And Issa is on the back line, but they're all on pistols. Probably going to be the round confirmed here after that hit.
Even on a pistol round, to be that careful, or maybe I should say, especially on a pistol round, you have to be that careful.
Yes.
Even though it doesn't feel like it, when you walk into an Omen in a smoke in garage like that, it's very easy to go down to a shorty.
Yes.
And that's just not what you want to have happen on an eco.
Absolutely. Flash comes out. Unfortunately, a couple of the teammates are flashed as well. Look at that, the blast pack. And actually, that was a little bit of a dink from the Classic, and Issa does confirm 1 kill with the paint shells, but it's going to be... actually, they gave them the flawless. Did you see that? Because the kill happened after the round ended.
Yeah, that was an interesting...
I don't think I've ever seen that before. But 2-0 goes up for casuals.
Just giving him the ult orb, So this is looking to be our first gun round, and they're still postured towards this C garage side, which they've been heavily favoring so far.
Yeah, and it does seem to be working out for them. I'm not sure, if leaving C open, it definitely does seem to be the strategy so far for Sup Buddy, but potentially you could you could argue that they should adjust and maybe get a little bit more presence. Looks like B is the hit, though, but they're playing it real slow now.
I want to see Sup Buddy play more aggressive off the A long. When they see there's no one there, they're just running away back to support their teammates, which is a safe play, but they could really catch casuals out by pushing up this A long, which they haven't even touched.
Yeah, Near does get an opener, though. That's a nice shot under pressure there. And actually, Kaloy grabs Ra as well. I think he teleported in and just wasn't ready for Kaloy in the back site. Now the grenade hits, and Kaloy's going to have to back right off. Takes a bunch of damage, but Nair and Delphiki did trade. Near as well taking out N1, and so now it's only the Killjoy remaining here. B-Boy does take out Kaloy, but a very, very difficult situation. And finally, it is Sup Buddy putting one round on the board there.
Yep. I liked their setup here, but they didn't really change anything up too drastically, which is probably to their benefit.
Yeah, and they hit the shots, like you said. It was the gun round. Now everybody's going to have rifles. Actually, will Kaloy have a rifle? I'm not sure if he just didn't pick one up there, but actually, no, yeah, Kaloy isn't able to buy, so a little bit of a mismatch, and we'll have to go for the Bulldog instead. No problem, really. And a full gun round, the first full rifle round coming in here. We'll see what they do. It looks like this time A is the play.
Finally seeing that aggression on the A site.
Yeah, Issa's trying to move up, playing an off angle here. Trying to use the bot to scout out, but it doesn't make it into A main, and so they're just gonna have to back off. But the A hit is still on. They're just giving up, and yeah, giving a lot of space here. Our Sup Buddy.
And you know, Phoenix is the type of agent that I feel like he wants to be taking space. It's either retaking or just initial aggression, and he goes down early.
Yeah, but yeah, that definitely could be an adjustment they want to make. Now Near takes out Nair as well. Ryan, I should say. I keep forgetting the backwards, but N1 catches Issa with the grenade and now going to use the showstopper to clear out even more space. Just uses that to clear that corner. Doesn't find any damage, but the site is firmly in control of casuals. And at this point, is the retake even worth it, or is it time to save those guns?
I think that's what they're asking themselves right now on the Sup Buddy side. Just pushing forward to get a little bit of information, but they're not committing too hard just yet.
Yeah, not too hard, but they are going for something. Actually, Near finds N1 and just predicts the angle. Shot. Probably spotted the shoulder. Great shot. Swass taking out Kaloy, though, in exchange, and so it's still an advantage for the attackers who are defending the bomb. Near taps it. Very difficult situation, but you've got to get those Killjoy grenades. But both kills come in simultaneously, and that's going to be the third round secured for casuals.
You gotta love having the Killjoy on this attacking side because it's so difficult to get used early in the round. But once you've got the bomb down, it's just like almost impossible to take it back. You have to dig out that Killjoy from where they're hiding. You take care of all their utility and their teammates. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's so difficult. That's, the power of Killjoy and why, she's never far from the meta because, of those grenades. Even if you find them and have to shoot them, you're still revealing your position. So it's really, really tough to play against. And especially, like you said, on attacking side, Killjoy can be devastating. Ra gets an early opening here. And that was over on C long. And so continuing the C pressure over here, Casual's really focusing on this lane.
Looks like they're spreading back out, trying to see how they can take advantage of this.
Look at this rotate. A is wide open. There we go. Couple of kills coming in. After those 2 kills, they're going to have free reign of the A bomb site with Ryan actually waiting with a rotate on B. That's a devastating position there, and Ryan is going to completely shut down any chance of a retake. Near is the last one remaining. Goes out, gets the headshot. Nice shot there on Ryan, but tries to recover the rifle, and B-Boy punishes. That's a 4th round for casuals, and they are definitely looking to make a statement. Look, even though mostly harmless, had their way with us, we've still got something left in the tank tonight, and they are showing that here on Haven.
Yeah, no, for sure. You can see that they're really starting to find their stride, feeling confident. When you have Ryan pushing up mid through that B bomb site and finding a pick like that, that's just not. They're not expecting Phoenix to be lurking like that. So it was a nice played round.
Yeah, and you definitely see that on C, C hits. You want somebody to have some sort of B presence because it's such a common rotate spot, but on A, it can be a little harder to get in there, but Ryan does it. Delphiki tries to go for something, but the run it back is here from Ryan, who has gotten all the way onto C site. It's taken down, though. Good job there by Drazo to shut that down. Ryan gonna come in again. Great flash, and Ryan actually gets a really nice headshot, but gets shut down. Now N1 has to back off, and it's actually an advantage here for the defenders. Now they take out another one, 4 versus 2, as Near found that player in garage. And now that the Cypher ultimate goes down, they are revealed, and now they got 56 seconds with which to try to maybe save these guns, but that's a lot of time to hunt, especially because you know their location.
Yeah, this is such an awkward position to be in for either side, really. Two versus 4, you don't want to give it a easy 2 versus 1, 2 versus 2 on either site, but you don't want to be stacked up.
Yes.
And for the 2 players, it's very scary.
Ooh. Okay, it is scary, but Ra makes it a little bit less. Delphiki with a nice trade, though. And so, yeah, you can't check every angle. It's just like you said, right? It's so difficult because of how many different things you have to check and how many players you could potentially have there. But it's only Sova remaining here. Swass and trying to go for the fake. Swass gets one. Kaloy goes down. 8 seconds remaining. They can just play time here, but they have to stop this plant. Now, Swass will be able to get it. Here's the rush, and that's going to do it. Actually, the plant does go down, so a little bit of money. That's probably all you could have wanted at that point, but a nice job by the defenders to close that one out.
Yeah, Swass did their best, but with the time ticking down like that, there's really just not many choices. You either have to get the bomb down or eliminate the other team.
Yeah, absolutely. And, leaving Swass with not a lot of options there. So guns will come through again. Looks like Drazo is going to have to go on a little bit of a half buy here, even though that round was taken by Suppuddy. No, going to be able to be bought up. A couple of light armor situations over here, but full guns for both teams. It does always feel a little bad to, not have a full buy even after you've just won a round.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like a more passive hit from the attackers.
I was just watching this lineup. I like that from Drazo.
Yeah, did that go right into mid there?
Yeah, it looked like it was for an aggressive window peek.
Yeah, cool idea there. Doesn't actually find anything this time, but something to continue to watch out for. Now they're going to
Jerome got so deep.
Yeah, wow. Absolutely true. And now they just continue to try to get that info, and this is info gathering. This is, worthwhile stuff on the map, but no engagements yet.
It's clear that Casuals likes this contacty type of play where they spread out and try to just test the waters a little bit, see what they're getting in response.
Yeah, this time the lockdown goes down in A short, and it looks like they're trying to throw a fake, though, because they are heading towards C. And yeah, actually, good job by the Omen to suspect this, and they are going to be able to at least have somebody close by. And Delphiki also takes out Ryan, so the spike does get planted off of that fake, and they have control of the site, but they are a man down. So this is going to be an interesting retake here. We do see the grenade, and N1 takes a lot of damage there. That grenade does absolutely everything it needs to. Issa with a beautiful shot to follow it up as well. The headshot comes through. Issa continuing, and you've got to be scared after you've seen those 2 shots. But Swass, oh my god, what a shot there. 3 versus 2 still on the defender's side. So they are looking for that retake. They need that defuse. Here's the Hunter's Fury going to come through. Swass looking for more, trying to deny the plant. Goes for it, but actually just a little bit off, and tries to hit another one. Delphiki takes out B-Boy, and now it's only the Sova, and the defenders do manage to get the defuse.
Wow.
Swass didn't have the shock darts lined up, and the Hunter's Fury didn't find it.
That came really down to the wire, but I thought that Casuals were going to be able to take that.
I thought the Hunter's Fury was going to be able to secure it. Maybe just the ping's not coming through, or maybe expecting the fake, I guess, on that Hunter's Fury. But an interesting play, but good job by the defenders to capitalize, I guess.
Yeah, B-Boy did a great job trying to flank. They came through garage, they went all the way back to CT, they drew the attention, came back through garage, but it just wasn't enough in the end.
Yeah, exactly. So now we do have quite a bit of presence there on A from the defenders. They are going to try to stop that push, but it will not come. And yeah, like you said, pretty slow play. Contact, just trying to get a pick if somebody peeks out. Not finding anything yet. Ryan's very far up on this B, towards this B site though. A lot of control gained here.
He's pulling 4, maybe you could say 5 people towards the middle
Yeah.
of the site right now.
Yeah, you can
Middle of
see.
the map.
Yeah, exactly right. You can see on the map, those players. Now finally Sova rotating back, but they're still just playing very, very slowly here. And Ryan is looking for some kind of peek. We'll see if the flash does come through.
It looks like they might want to take A late in the round now.
Yeah. Wandering over towards A there, and there is only the Sova in heaven, but of course the Cypher utility is set up there as well, so that's going to be a bit of a difficult one. Near definitely susses that out, knows that Ryan could be there, but he's going to let him go back to window. Here's Delphiki with the rotate. Here comes the hit. Rezo has an important position up in heaven. Thinks better of the dart, though. And N1, yeah, wow, they just get the site completely for free. Nobody has even gone down, and the spike goes down. Just give it up, and they're going to go for the full retake here. Utility coming through. Delphiki finds a pick. Delphiki also takes down the turret, but B-Boy gets Issa on the back side, and so now it's a 4 versus 4. Here's Drazo coming in, gets flashed out, but still manages a kill. Wow. Ryan with 2. Near trades that one out. These kills are so fast and furious here, but Kaloy is very low. That might be a critical situation there. Kaloy goes down, and there's Swass to finish it off. So the retake is denied, and a 5th round goes onto the board for Casuals.
Another very close round off the back of a 5v5 retake, which is the second time this map so far that we're seeing a 5v5 retake.
Yeah.
Not the most common thing in the world to see, honestly.
Yeah, would you like to see those Sup Buddy maybe play a little bit more aggressive on this defender side, or do you think they'll just end up losing those trades?
If anything, considering they're playing against this contact style, getting into the 5v5 retake is probably their ideal scenario. Rather than going down early.
Got it. So maybe they just need to execute a little bit better. Flash is coming in. Delphiki is on a frenzy, and it's probably this round, nothing probably will come of this round, as it is a save round for the side of Sup Buddy. So we can just take stock here really quickly of kind of how Casuals have managed to bring themselves back. Nair going for more kills, and yeah. Oh, Nair actually a nice 1-dig, but they do have control of the site. And, it's just been impressive from Casuals. We can see against an opponent who isn't on such an absolute tear as Mostly Harmless was. We can see that Casuals definitely have a really good, approach to the game, and, have got some great coordination on the attacking side.
For sure, for sure. I think their style of play specifically can be a little bit feast or famine. When you're feasting, it really looks good. And what we saw earlier was a bit of a famine, where they weren't able to hit their
You
shots.
could say that. Yep. Yeah, definitely a bit of a drought against Mostly Harmless, but, hard to prevent that against a performance like Mostly Harmless had. So, yeah, definitely interesting to see when Casuals playstyle works out, and we're going to once again see, the same thing. They're just doing the same setup every time, Jake, just looking for those picks, playing contact, playing multiple angles, and trying to find what they can.
It's normal to see this Killjoy lurking on one side of the map while the rest of their team is pushing the other. It can make you a little bit predictable, I think, but it's something that the developers kind of forced on us in a sense, where Killjoy can't be any distance,
far
it
away.
feels like, away from her.
I see Zach laughing in the Discord call on the side. He's got his camera on and his mic mute, and he enjoyed that. He enjoyed what you just said there, because he's felt it himself, and I totally agree. But now the hit comes through for Ryan, goes for it, the frag, and grabs the opening onto Issa. Once again, C site is given up. They're going to try and play the retake, but now 2 have already gone down, and Drazo Ra pushes Drazo while he's trying to use the Hunter's Fury, so nice capitalization there. There's Near going down as well to Ra, and Kaloy, it gets taken down by Ryan through the smoke, and that is pretty rough for the side of Sup Buddy. 7-3 on the attacking side. Now, I would have said generally I would favor attackers, and as long as you get 4 or 5 rounds on the defender side on Haven, you're probably doing okay. Is that still sort of the correct analysis of this map, do you think, or would you prefer a more even split?
Right. I think you're accurate in saying that the attacking the attacking side has a lot of strength on Haven. I think specifically with this comp, you would expect them to be better on defense
Sure.
with the Killjoy. So it's going to be interesting to see how the halves switch up.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Raze as well. Probably in terms of duelists, the best one for defense because of just the amount of delay you can get through with those damaging spells. Oh no,
my
N1
God.
just spamming through and finds the angle on Kaloy. That is ridiculous there from N1. Grabs a kill. Nair as well taking out Drazo. And Delphiki does trade that, but they are on pistols, remember, so it's a bit of a throwaway round. B-Boy actually gets Issa there. But yeah, wow, N1. That's got to feel bad for the opposing Raze there.
Absolutely no fun.
No fun allowed in these pistol rounds as Raw finishes off the final two, and we go to 8-3, last round of the half here. And it looks like there will be a bye over on the side of Sup Buddy, so they've got one last round to go for. But like you said, against that Killjoy, going to be really hard to play on the attacking side. Though, you know, with Raze and Phoenix and Omen, you definitely do have some offensive options for the side of Sup Buddy as well.
Oh, yeah. And you can see Ra's been popping off. He's actually at the top of the leaderboard, and yet it's almost feels like a quiet game from him. Like I haven't, you know, it's interesting.
Yeah, Raw, you know, not getting those crazy, you know, highlight frags, just hitting all the easy shots. And, you know, sometimes that can just be more important. Sometimes it's just making sure you got your fundamentals down. And Raw certainly does seem to have that. Ryan peeking out, flashes Delphiki, and even gets time to check the other angle. Now gets taken out, but it's a 4 versus 4 here. So here comes Issa. Oh, N1 just finds the timing. Issa was so close to getting out there, but that will give them control of the site. 3 versus 4 retake. They got to go for this. Nair trying to spam out. Nobody's sitting there, but Kaloy does equalize. And so now it's a 3 versus 3. Here's Nair, probably going to use this ultimate for info. Goes down into A main and actually stays. No way. Is Nair going to be able to get away with this?
Wow, and he gets revealed.
Yeah, the ultimate comes down, so Swass might not expect this. There's Nair getting it. Unreal flank coming in, and that is going to be Kaloy trading out, and Drazo finishes it off. What a retake coming in from the defenders, and Sup Buddy in their final round really having something to say about this last hurrah on the defenders' side. That is a great play from Nair.
I mean, if he doesn't find value on that ultimate, they don't win that round.
Exactly.
And how difficult is it to find value when you teleport behind the other team and are immediately spotted out by the Cypher ult? Like, he must have just been frustrated, and yet he still got the kill on Swass. So I wonder what happened there.
Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was his team's Cypher ult that went down.
Oh,
so
was
as soon as
that?
he got there, he got the Cypher ult. Yes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because they're on attacking. So yeah. I got confused for a sec too because we switched perspectives just as it happened. But actually, it was his own team's Cypher ult, so he got a great setup. In general, that was just a really, really well executed retake. Then, you know, kind of now realizing that, I think we got to give props to Sup Buddy there.
I totally agree.
So here's Kaloy setting up over, trying to deny the A flank with the trip. And we'll see what the playstyle is from the attacking side of Sup Buddy, who are, you know, we haven't seen them on stream yet today, and we're going to see what they can do. They did win a very close match yesterday off stream up against Six Playground, and got to spectate the end of that. There's Issa with a great push, but Swass trading it back. Nair goes down to the shock dart, and I'm not sure where that happened, but that's a nicely placed dart for sure. N1 tasked with defending over here. Ryan already, definitely a rough off angle to deal with, and N1 does find one from that. Kaloy turns away from the flash, you know, good reflexes there, but not much he is able to do in that perspective. And well, they're going all out with the BM in this game. I love to see these players having a bit of fun with each other here.
Absolutely. You know, they're taking out some of the tension they built up earlier today.
Exactly. Yeah, and now we do have 9-4, so back on to pistols here. For at least one of the teams, I believe. Yeah, it is going to be Issa and the gang having to try to just find that plant. Maybe try to find, you know, a player to overwhelm with those classics, but not likely to take the round. But yeah, you know, in this attacking, you know, we'll see if they go for the same attacking style. Here's the spam coming in from the Ares. That's not going to find anyone, actually, so they do well to back off. And actually, Kaloi finds the first kill. Was Kaloi able to recover a gun there is the question. Delphiki goes down. No, it doesn't look like Kaloi did find anything there, so...
This has been such a back and forth round.
Yeah, it's hard to even follow where everybody is, but N1 and Ross and Swass just clean it up all at the same time. Man, I lost track of almost every single player in the game in that round.
It was total chaos.
Yeah, complete chaos. Nobody's in the positions they should have been. But 10-4, and Casuals are 3 rounds away from going 1-1 on the night. 1 for 1 on the night, I should say, and they really do look poised to do it, as you can see here. Like you said, Ra really popping off so far in this game.
Yeah, Swastik's just holding down the garage. This time he had a better gun. You know, the round previous we saw him going down to the Raze, which can be a difficult spot, but now that he had the upgraded guns, it was a easier hold for him.
Ra on the push. Let's see if he can find anything. Will he check behind him here? He's going to move out, and no, he is not going to be able to. He did find the players back, but Nier was the savior in that situation, so Ra, the top fragger, will go down. Now it's Swass tasked with C Long here, and he's got the Ares in hand, so can be pretty deadly, but also can be a little bit vulnerable as well. But I do love to see an Ares here on the Sova.
Yeah, a little bit for the BM, but it's just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, through those doors, there definitely can be some usefulness found there. Now the B hit is coming through. Ryan uses the run it back and is going to try to get out. Gets one. Oh, B-Boy actually grabs the second. And Ryan gets another kill there. Drazo takes out N1 with the headshot and the run it back. Oh, Drazo spamming through the wall. Knew exactly where that run it back came from. And now it is only B-Boy on 15 HP remaining. And getting some utility back, but will B-Boy be able to find anything here with this low HP? That Spike still hasn't gone down yet, and so there it goes.
Spike planted.
And yeah, will B-Boy go for this or just try to save the gun is the question. I think they've probably got plenty of money stacked up, and you maybe may as well go for it, but B-Boy has almost no chance here. And yeah, indeed, B-Boy is going to save the weapon here.
And you can... perhaps see Ryan and Nier discussing the missed smoke onto a link. As an Omen player, I know the pain of when you place that smoke just a little too low and it decides it's going to go through the floor. But it really did allow Ryan to get so many kills from that spot.
B-Boy's actually going for this, though. Turret gets taken down. B-Boy gets one. Oh, man. I was ready to absolutely flip out if B-Boy got both of those players on 15 HP, but Drazo finishes it off. That's a 3 or 4K on the round for Drazo, so a really nice play there on the attack, and they finally put a round on the board on attacking side for Sup Buddy.
That got very scary. If Drazo didn't shut down Ryan from A-Link, and if he didn't shut down that clutch right at the end, then they would be nearly on elimination point.
Yes, yeah, so great work there from the attackers. Sup Buddy bring it up to 5, a respectable score already, and they're looking for more. They're going to try to push in here. That grenade comes out, and did Drazo get hit by that? Yes, he did. So that's a nicely placed grenade to sort of counter where the drone was coming from. Drazo's on no armor now. They are looking towards C, where they will only find N1, I believe. No, actually, it is Ra as well sitting in the cubby, so they need to check this, and N1's got a nice setup here. Ra gets picked off early, though, and the run it back is going to come through. N1, position is known. Paranoia comes in. They're not going to be able to push here, but here comes Delphiki, and yeah, wow, that is just a devastating attack. No chance at all, and that's just going to put the defenders on a save right away.
Yeah, it was a very nicely... played out execution. N1 just had nowhere to go.
Yeah, not at all. So B-Boy just doing a couple of squats in the smoke here. Not going to be able to find anything off of this. Oh no, the Bucky. And actually, B-Boy's going to have a bit of a problem here because he's getting flanked from the back of Garage. So Kaloi is going to be able to take him down. And B-Boy was, you know, just having a little fun there, thinking he's got this in the bag. So definitely be careful of that. Ryan, nice shot there, but Nier does trade 6-10 for Sup Buddy. For for Casuals, I should say, but Sup Buddy take the round.
Yeah, they're closing the gap. I hope they can make this close. I think they clearly have some nice takes, and I think they've been warming up a little bit over the day.
Yeah, I think that their attack looks better than their defense for Sup Buddy. I have to say, you know, it's not just that attack maybe is favored on this map. I think they just kind of look a little bit more poised for this, and maybe a little bit more prepared for the attack side of Haven. So they're looking
For
good,
sure.
and these attempts have been good. So we'll see what they are able to do over at A. And look at this; it's a full-on defender push through the B area. There's a trade coming out first, and yeah, this is a save round. So we'll see if they can find anything else. B-Boy gets
Oh,
two.
no.
No way! This is not happening. And Near spams them all down as they run through grass. Near says, "Oh, that's really cute. You wanted to push into mid, but I'm shutting it down right now with a 4K."
And you know he needed that. That was if Near goes down, that round might just be over.
Yeah.
You-
Yeah, honestly, a
Very
great
nice, though.
attempt there on the push. And yeah, like you said, you know, a great play by Near. And if it hadn't happened, you know, what makes it a great play is if it hadn't happened, they would have lost the round. So yeah, really, really nice stuff from Near. And gets a nice little highlight clip for himself as well. So all's well for Sup Buddy in that round. They go up to 7 rounds here. So yeah, within 3 now. And definitely looking to mount that comeback. Nair has the
Ryan
run it back.
again.
He's getting aggressive. Ryan.
So
Keep saying
aggressive.
Nair. Yeah, you were right to call him Ryan, and I'm sure he will appreciate it. But he doesn't find anything with the run it back. So now they're going to push into A, where there are 2 defenders waiting, and the rotate's coming in. Here comes the arrow. Hunter's Fury is available if they're able to get the plant. So N1's going to try to get something out of there, but B-Boy goes down early to the showstopper. Nice play there by Issa. Near gets taken out there by N1, but Issa with a great, you know, entry into the site, and they're already going to be able to get the plant down with the Hunter's Spear available. This is a really, really difficult retake here, and Issa finds another one. Issa is just so deadly in the site right now. Delphiki takes out Swass, and here's Issa for more. There's Ra, and wow, Kaloy and Drazo, while we're watching Issa, who popped off at the beginning, it's Kaloy and Drazo who finished off, so that's 8 to 10.
Issa with some very clean movement, very high APM, getting a lot done early on in that round. Very clean. I like to see that.
Yeah, really skilled on this raise, of course, and not able to show off as much. It was really more of the N1 show if you're looking at raise plays in the first half. On attack is definitely where that raise can shine most of all. And so now it's another gun round, another save, pistol armor only, sheriff armor only, I guess, for casuals who are just trying to grab some 1-digs here. Like I said in chat earlier, we call them 1-digs in this league. You don't like it? I don't care. Oh, that's an unfortunate arrow because Nair, Ryan wasn't spotted by that arrow, so they have no idea that Ryan is in garage. So if they had pushed in, they could have been really devastating. But they actually, there we go.
Oh,
Issa does push in. Wow, that is just downright unlucky for the Sova. Had the perfect spot to hide behind that little cubby, that little outcrop in the wall, and I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, no, he found the slightest crack of shadow.
Yeah, exactly. So Fiki now 1 point away from run it back, but needs to find a kill, and it's a 5 versus 4 here. So we'll see which site they decide to hit. Definitely can still make something of this round. Of course, it is, remember, just the sheriffs over on the side of casuals. That one weapon has been recovered, but still an advantage potentially for the attackers. They're gonna
I wonder if we're gonna see a round that ends up a B for the first time, maybe this map.
I think that would be the first time this entire map, and they're going to be able to get a hold of the site. Here comes the Hunter's Fury. Denies the plant. Delphiki goes down, and now N1 has the showstopper as well. They don't have the guns, but they have the ults, and here comes N1. Only gets 1, and Kaloy might get the last 2 here. Kaloy going for more, but the plant isn't down, and the time's going to run out. The Thrifty is called for casuals. Kaloy almost made the hero play at the end, but they just ran out of time, and the ultimate's used to their full ability by casuals there.
Yep, Ryan playing it smart, just hiding, has an eye on the clock, knows that he can win the round 100% guaranteed. And that's just heartbreaking for Kaloy because he pulled out such a close round right at the end there.
Yeah, and Kaloy, we've seen some pretty crazy highlights from Kaloy already in the league so far. A couple of crazy spray transfers, so there was the potential. But like you said, Ryan knew exactly how to play that out at the end, and it turned out Suppuddy just left it a little bit too late. Now here comes Near, pushing up, and is going to get flashed, but sprays through. Near almost gets something, but Ryan takes him out, so that's going to be control of C long taken. And now A is going to be the play here. Delphiki going to go in. Very far with the run it back. Doesn't manage to find anything except a little bit of info, but that is going to give them control of the A site. Now, are they going to take it? There's nobody around. And yeah, here we go. Kaloy finally getting into plant. And wow, this rotation's taking quite a long time.
Yeah, they've got the lockdown coming out for the retake here. 4v5. And we see the Hunter's Fury come into counter.
Yeah, Hunter's Fury takes out the lockdown. Now it's Issa taking out Ryan, but Swass having the call out, knows exactly where that is. Now 2 versus 3 retake. Kaloy getting one more. Kaloy very deadly right here in this situation, playing on short and one on long as well. Gets pushed. Nice headshot from Kaloy. This would be the 3K, and Drazo finishes it off. A great hold there coming in from the attackers. Suppuddy bring it up to 9.
Love to see that. Perfect ult usage, shutting down the shutdown, and clutching it out. Love to see that.
Yeah, well done there by Suppuddy. And, you know, just like you asked for and you maybe predicted, Jake, it is going to be a close one after all. 9 rounds for the attackers and not stopping anytime soon. The guns come out. And it's a bit of a rough buy over on the side of casuals. They probably will have to concede this round as well, as those ultimates are not available to shore up the lack of utility. But Ryan is close up on an off angle, and Delphiki trades. So this still benefits the attackers, it should be said, because they do get control of the site off of that trade. So Kaloy puts down the cage, and they're going to get this. So yeah, you know, the question here is, how do you retake this with such low weaponry?
Well, it looks like they're going to try and split it, coming at it through long and garage, and even CT at the same time. But most of the defenders for the bomb are... Ooh.
Okay, Ra goes for 1. Near trades that, and so it's still a 3 versus 3. Like you said, went for a bit of a split, but unfortunately, Ra needed to find that kill to really open anything up, and only found 1. There's Kaloy and Near getting the last 2. Swass, you know, goes down in a blaze of glory, finds 1 kill, but it is going to be 10-11, and yeah, wow, Suppuddy, after going down very far in the first half, they are within 1 round.
Yeah, Suppuddy looked very prepared for that. They went to defend the bomb from C long, all of them, which can be kind of dangerous, but if you've got the lineups, if you know what you're doing, yeah, it looked like they had no sweat.
Yeah, absolutely. And so now we are going to see if they can continue to bring it back and maybe take a gun round at this point, as we got 10-11 here. Pardon me. And B-Boy's going to push up into short. Will find an engagement here most likely if he decides to peek, but not going to do that. There is the Sova drone to back them off, but there's Ryan actually coming up, playing off of this clear, and there we go. Ryan gets 1. Ryan doesn't quite find another one, but what a great push there. You know, after they had revealed the Killjoy and gotten Killjoy to back off, then the Phoenix goes in instead. I like the idea there. So now Ryan is set up nicely for this A defense.
Ryan's just getting so much value off his ults.
Yeah, those run it back so effective here. And you can see the spike is still over at A long, and so they're not quite sure of this take yet. It's going to be very tough in a 5 versus 4. You saw the Omen ultimate coming out, and so that probably got a good amount of info. I didn't see where it landed, but it is going to be effective here, and they know that this A push is coming. Ryan's going to flash out. There is the satchel, but Ryan hit that for sure. And there we go. That's exactly where that Omen ultimate went. Near was underneath Heaven and was waiting for that. Great work there by the Omen, and now Delphiki goes and recovers the bomb. They do have control of the site here. Delphiki with a great pick as well on N1, who was trying to come in for the retake. It's now a 3 versus 3. And the plant is going to come down.
Only 10 seconds left in the round.
Yeah, just getting it in time. There's Near with 1. Ra. Ooh, Ra and Swass both taking a kill for themselves, and it's once again Kaloy left to clutch. Bomb gets tapped. Kaloy misses the shot, and he probably needed that. It goes into the double peek, and yeah, well played there by the Casuals team, but Kaloy needed to hit that initial peek if he had any chance to win that one.
Yeah, and he really, you could see he could taste it, you know,
Yeah.
peeking out extra to try and get that kill right at the end, but just an inch away.
Exactly. So that is going to be match point here for the final map of the series. And finally, Jake, we got a close one on our hands after a couple of blowouts here early on.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to see a good match.
Exactly.
These are two good teams, and we're getting to see some nice gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are challenging each other and, you know, varying play styles as well. We see a totally different look from the attacking side of Sup Buddy than we saw from Casuals. So I really like I really like the variety we see here. Drazo scouts into garage and sees 2 players. So that's going to give them a certain amount of info. They know that there's lots of players over on this C site, but they're going to hit it anyway. Delphiki goes in with the run it back. And yeah, after that, they back right off, and you can see all these players have rotated except very, very critically. You can see that Killjoy sitting at A short. So if they do decide to go A, it's going to be trouble. But looks like maybe B is the play.
They're clustered around this mid, and they are, like you say, pushing up towards B.
They're just looking for those rotates, and if they can find anybody rotating back towards A, that would be a great opportunity for them. But instead, here we go. They're going for B. And N1 was in the right spot and actually sprays through the cage and gets a kill. So now Near is dead. N1 has to back off from the grenade. And the spike just isn't able to be planted yet. Too much utility being able to be used. Ryan takes out another one. It's a 5 versus 3. Very difficult situation, but Issa has to find something with this showstopper, and we can see Issa has nothing to find on that side. But the spike will go down safely here. And now that's not able to be covered from window if they were able to get there, but they are all close. Issa gets one. Closer and closer. Very low HP on the 2 duelists. Drazo gets another, and it's
doable.
Absolutely doable. And now Drazo gets another 3 versus 3 here. Delphiki, are they going to be able to double peek him? If they do, we do see the Sova over on the other side. Drazo holding that angle, but the grenade is going to be good. Delphiki gets 1. Delphiki with 2, and Issa finds it. A 3 versus 5 hold from the attackers. Beautiful work, and Sup Buddy just pull out these clutch rounds over and over.
I was worried after that timid B take. You know, where they pushed onto site, they got killed. They got another solo push onto site that gets shut down. And I think, are they going to back up? Are they going to go to another site? But they decide, nope, we're going to stick with this B and we're going to make it work. And they did.
Absolutely. Yeah, timid is the right word. That's exactly how it looked at first, but somehow they've just still managed to get the site, and they just find those frags on the run-in, so the retake isn't successful, and now they are 1 round away from bringing us to overtime here, Jake, and yeah, these 2 teams very evenly matched, both looking excellent on the attacking side of Haven.
For sure. It looks like they've got a bit of an execute coming out on the C site.
Yep. Have left the spike back, so not fully committed. There we go. Now they will recover it, and they are going to be given C. It is only Raw, and Raw actually goes down. Here's Ryan potentially looking for a flank, but doesn't decide to push. Delphiki's going to push into garage, and Delphiki gets it. N1 was sitting there with the Bucky, but had to watch both garage entrance and the C entrance, and Kaloy finds a brutal spot onto Ryan there. Boy's going to actually pick up the judge and try to go for something, but Issa with the just straight up drive-by headshot there, and that is, you see XD in the chat from Issa. He knows that's not going to happen every time, but Kaloy gets it, and we are going to overtime, baby. After 2 13-2 games in a row, we have the closest game we can possibly get here in Sup Buddy versus Casuals.
I mean, what else could you ask for? I'm loving every part of this.
Yeah, so good, and now we do see Kaloy and the Sup Buddy gang over on Defenders once again for overtime. And we'll see what they go for. You know, attacking side was by far the stronger side for both of these teams. And so, you know, that is going to be the key. You know, winning a defending round is going to be the, you know, sort of the key turning point, I think, in this overtime. And so how do you approach this? Do you go for something crazy, or do you just trust your setup?
Right. No, I wonder. It looks like they're going to trust their setup,
Hmm.
spread out style.
Yep. Yep, looks like it. They're covering all the angles. Once again, C is basically being given up for free on the initial peak. And Casuals on the attack. They were so deadly with these very just sort of measured approaches to the map. Getting just slowly advancing over all corners. And they're doing the exact same right here. Mid is the main focus.
This is even less aggressive than their first half, I think.
Yeah, exactly. This is as passive as we've seen. But Ryan, continues to be a nuisance up here in the front of B entrance, always pressuring those links, always looking for those picks, and that grenade's not going to find anything. Ryan's already rotated to garage. And here's Drazo, who's picked up the Odin, and you can see the spam coming through. N1 did take a little damage from that, and so they know that this Odin can mow them all down in a blink of an eye if they hit garage at the wrong time. Here's the flash.
No
Doesn't
fear.
hit anything. Drazo has to back off and actually get spammed pretty hard through the wall. But Drazo, what a beautiful shock dart. The fadeaway coming in. Gonna spam through. And there is Ryan with the perfect timing on the peak. But Kaloi trades. Now it's going to be a 4 versus 5 for the defenders. And we said defending side would be the key to this overtime success. And it looks like potentially a defending victory for the side of Casuals. But don't count out... for the defending side of Suppuddy, but don't count out Casuals just yet.
Oh no.
Issa. What a paranoia. Issa gets one. Swas trades. Swas gets another, but dies to the Molly. And so now it's a 1 versus 1, but Ra! Unreal 2K for the ending and gets both headshots just as soon as you can say it. Unreal clutch from Ra to keep them alive in this overtime. Oh my god, Jake.
I mean, I have no words. That was beautiful.
Ra just had the perfect spot right there and just used it to perfection. 2 headshots exactly when he needed them.
Ra really
That's
taking
match point.
advantage of those teleports. I think that's one of the hardest pieces of utility in the game to effectively use. And he used both his teleports to get himself in a nice position that they clearly were not expecting.
Ra was looking a little quiet over on the defender's side for, a lot of that second half. Came alive exactly at the right time. And, now being left on this defender's site, the star player of the game so far, almost with no dispute, I've got to say. 25 frags. Actually, Ryan has picked it up, and it's no surprise that Ryan's up top there, after what we've been seeing from that aggression from the Phoenix.
Yeah, for sure. If Ra was popping off on offense, then Ryan was definitely popping off on defense.
Mm-hmm. Definitely true. So now we do see a slow take again, but it looks like B might be a consideration again. This time the bomb is over towards A, but there's a bit of a duel coming through, and there we go. It is B-Boy to take out Drazo, but Nier and Kaloi find kills on the other side. The only problem is that the spike is over at A, and so now they've got to deal with N1 here, who will be peeking out of heaven. They get past the cage, but will N1 go for the peek? N1 gets a nice spray down onto Issa, who peeked out a little bit too far, and that's going to be very, very important to find that. Now the hit comes in. Kaloi is holding this under heaven position, but N1 gets another great shot. So devastating from heaven, and now it's only Kaloi.
10 seconds left.
Suppuddy's Phoenix on the side, and now they have to stick this plant. Delphiki gets killed, and now that is going to be it.
What a game.
14 to 12. Wow, and it just ended with 4 frags at the same time. I could barely even figure out what was going on, but the showstopper finishes it off, and Casuals win in a just absolutely nail-biting 14 to 12 victory on Haven against Suppuddy.